So I'm going to go into my roadmap board. As you can see, it's structured a bit differently. It still consists of each quarter plans, and this is more the area of the product teams, right? So the product managers are going to be creating either epics that are going to be managing the upcoming queues or have candidates that they might consider to put in the next queues coming forward. If we talk again about structure a little bit, we can see that we're capturing different types of information. Obviously, we're capturing the status for this epic before it's released. We're capturing the product manager or any other stakeholder that might be relevant to this epic. We can connect them over here, either on the same column or on a relevant column right next to it, which is a people column. We're connected to a different board, which we'll see in a second, and we'll see who's the R&D team lead who's managing all the user stories that are going to be supporting this epic. We can keep track of the story's progress directly over here and dive deeper into the information. If I'm going to click into this, I'm going to have visibility into the specific story that is supporting this epic. We're capturing the production ETA that is coming from a different board as well. So the last item or the last user story that is going to be completed is going to be reflecting its due date or its production ETA date upwards to this board. Right next to it, we are uploading or adding and attaching files. So any links that we want to add to Figma or to Miro, and we'll see how we can embed those directly within the platform as well in a second. We can also upload files like specs, PDFs, links to other shared files, but we can also use the Monday Workdocs. So a Workdoc is essentially a Google Doc, but with steroids, I like to say. We can create templates from those and then add them to any of those items. So this allows us to create a spec or a PRD directly within the platform. This will be connected to any information or data that lives within this platform. So that means I can create widgets, just like I would in a dashboard that we'll see in a few minutes. I can pull information from different places in the platform. I can assign people to specific tasks, create the objectives, release, features, design, add any images that I might require, have the KPIs analytics for that PRD, and everything is captured within the item context forever. So at any point, I have a complete visibility into the PRD and the spec, so you don't have to start jumping between tabs. I can capture the priority and calculate a score based on multiple fields that lives within this dashboard or this board, to allow me to prioritize the next candidate that I'm going to pull into the next queue. I can estimate the timeline, assign dependencies between different epics, and then I'm connected to the goal that I'm supporting. So just to remind you guys, we have a connection between these two boards, thanks to this column over here and another column on the other board. And then in each, you'll be able to see which goal you're supporting or which epics are supporting your goal on the other board. Another thing that if this is coming from a feature request, so this is something that we use internally in Monday. So we're receiving feedback from customers, and that means that customers might raise requests for features. This can come also from salespeople internally. And we have a dedicated board that we're going to cover in a second that is centralized around that. And if this feature or epic is coming from a feature request, we can automatically connect between the two. So whenever this epic is done, whenever the feature is complete and we're releasing it, we're able to notify everyone who's subscribed or requested this feature. So they'll be notified automatically using a release notes that is going to be attached to an email or a notification or whatever that may be. They'll be able to see that we have released this feature. They'll be able to start using it whenever we want. So this is the product roadmap. It doesn't have to be structured this way, right? So if I want to manage and group and regroup my epics based on the priority, for example, I can use the group by feature to essentially come in here and select priority. And the same items are now grouped in a different way. We can do this with almost any column that exists on the board. And you can then save it as a dedicated view and have different views for different users. Other ways to visualize this board is using the Gantt view. So the same items, again, are going to be displayed on a Gantt with all the dependent items in between them. You can group them, label them, and color them according to your will using the settings over here. And you can also filter them. So the ones that are done, you can maybe not even display them. Or the ones that are in the candidate group are not going to be displayed anymore. We also have the option to add other types of views, but we're going to cover other ones in a few minutes in other boards. So as we said, again, this is the sandbox for the product team. And then I'm going to cover the 3 other boards that are somehow connected to this board. Then we'll see the connection between the product team and the R&D team. So stay tuned.